Hi, my name is Saeedeh Madani. Today my presentation is about leadership. My philosophy of leadership is that leadership is a skill that you can earn it by working hard and after gaining lots of experiences. Because being a good leader is not an easy job to do. You need to work professionally and be in love with your job to do any sacrifices for that. It reminds me one of my friends leader who were most of the time at work and he wasn't spending lots of his time with his family because he had a commitment, which is so hard for me to understand, to put my job first because I'm married and my husband have a child, and so far it becomes so hard for me to work as they need me at home. And if we both work hard as a full time, how can we take a good care of our child who needs us the most at this time? So it is at this time it is hard to make a balance between my home and my job. I learned and find out the important factors of a good leader. And as I want to be a leader in future, I realize how important it is to be patient, be knowledgeable, and try to respect your team member ideas. Try to be reasonable and cool enough to face team members nicely in a case they make a mistake in a project. Because I was working with a leader who was not in a good mood most of the time, and most of the team members were afraid of him, and it was hard for us to talk about any problems related to the projects because he wasn't helpful at all. Instead, he got angry at us why we didn't do our job perfectly. So in my opinion, it was a sick environment, work environment, and from this experience, I realized how I should communicate with team members when I want to be a leader in future. As I care for other people, ideas, feelings, and I'm open to any criticizes or complaints and try to apply them. Also, my philosophy is not to make people disappointed. My personality is that to not make disappointed, frightened, to take me into account or respect me, because in my opinion, in this situation, team members cannot think right, and after a while they are going to abandon their job. Importantly, in every steps of work as a leader, we need to consult with team members. Also, as a leader, we shouldn't step back and start to order and do nothing. We should work as hard as team members. In this case, we can create a friendly work environment that they can increase their work efficiency. Also, they are not under lots of pressure, so they can work more effectively without any nerve-wracking. My philosophy of leadership is to work step by step with staff, to be involved in a project. In this case, you can supervise your team members and which decrease the amount of mistakes. Also, as a leader, I would like to be a friend with my team members, to tell me any problems they might face too. In this case, I can have a good influence on them. Also, in my opinion, when a company receives a project, the leader should set up a time frame and plan to meet clients' requirements and have a goal in mind to complete the project successfully. because when we set a goal, it helps us to be more motivated and encouraged to do the project successfully. During my course, there was final project we needed to submit, and we supposed to work in a team. What we did, for example, we had 2 months to submit the project, so our goal was to finish the project successfully by that time. We made a plan for each steps of our work. Each team members had a commitment, and also we cooperate with each other and give a summarize to what we did so far and report to each other after we finish each steps. So in this case, we consulted to each other in a case we faced any errors, so that every person of the team members brought new ideas when we helped, which helped us to solve the problems. What made us successful was we were hardworking and we created a friendly atmosphere. For example, at the time we were so tired and under lots of pressure, we tell jokes to decrease the amount of pressure. So these factors help us to accomplish our mission successfully. Also, when I finished my electronic bachelor degree, as internship was supposed to work for 3 months. So I worked at petroleum oil company where I had a strict rule, and I had to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to not miss a company bus. Otherwise, I had to take a taxi, which takes lots of time, which I would get there late because the company was out of the city. We were 5 students in total, and all we needed to work for 3 months to finish our internship. We had a leader which takes us to all fields and gets us familiar with different department. The different department. At that time, we all respect our leader opinion, and we try to obey to their rules in order to not be in trouble, because we try to well behave to make a good influence on them to work there after finish our internship. So we try to get along and communicate with my team members who had different thoughts and behave differently. I learned, and at workplace you need to be very patient, and respect to each other. Also, how to behave to different people, to not misunderstand each other, to make a good influence on them. In this case, you can make a good job history and work at one place for a long time. In my volunteer job, I worked with someone else who gave me a summary of my job. We had to do the inventory and do the catalog and organizing their things such as toys, books, and we had to finish a task at a certain time. So I try to apply my leadership skill at work. For example, we negotiated our problems that we might encounter. Also, as we had a different point of view, we try to get along with each other and be humble and respect to each other's point of view. Also, she was a good helper, and first that I went there, she welcomed me warmly, and at the end of the day, she appreciated what I did, which makes me more happy, and encouraged me to help them in organizing their work willingly. Also, in return, I respect to her ideas and we became friends. So this is the end of my presentation. Have a good day. Bye.